right, Barrister. Let's talk about Rivers State. What is happening? We talked about it last week, but so many things thereafter. So many things have really happened in Rivers, happening even as we speak. The governor was locked out by the legislators. Wike went on rampage on Channels TV interview. We'll talk about. I will play a video on that. What is your? I don't understand. Fubara has obviously obeyed. That is just the reality. He has to. I expected him to obey the court ruling. What's your opinion? Where do you see this whole thing going? Do you see him being impeached? Um, yeah, I foresee him being impeached, but Rivers State would not take it likely. Barrister, what's your thought? Let's talk about it briefly, and I'll play this Wike's interview, part of his interview.
Well, River State issue has continued to be a developing story and is still developing. In the aftermath of the judgment of the Supreme Court, Fubara, the governor, the main issue was that the House or Assembly had not passed a proper appropriation act. So there was an order that the Accountant General of the Federation should withhold the allocation to Rivers State. Now, the governor moved swiftly and said, okay, he recognized the Amawere-led House of Assembly. He wants to come and present. He did say it in open words that he recognized Amawere, but he said he is coming to the House of Assembly. He wrote a letter to the speaker without putting the name of the speaker, and said he is ready to present the year 2025 Appropriation Act to the House of Assembly. That would have meant that the restriction on the allocation from Federation account will be lifted if it was presented and passed. But you can see that it's a game of musical chairs. The House is not interested in that as such. They are having other issues that they want to. It is like, by and large, a decision has been taken to remove the governor.
To impeach him, yes.
So when he now wants to present the budget, that will lead to the settlement of one part of the issue and the release of the allocation. No, they don't want that. They now look or came from another angle. They are targeting his commissioners that they were not properly cleared.
And Attorney General.
Including the Attorney General is a commissioner. They are targeting...
Sorry, Chief Justice, Chief Judge.
I'm coming to that. They are targeting 19 commissioners of the governor that they were not screened and cleared, and that they should come before them. So they left the issue of the budget. When the governor came to present, they blocked him because they are not interested in following that line. They want something that they can humiliate the governor to the last extent. They say, okay, bring your commissioners for us to screen them, knowing very well that they will not screen, they will not approve them. Now, it is clear by the day that they are under instructions and have reached a point that they must impeach the governor. But they have one obstacle, the chief judge of the state. Because if the House raise articles of impeachment, it's the chief judge that will raise a 7-man panel to examine the allegations. If that panel examines the allegations and returns a verdict that the governor is not guilty, that's the end of the impeachment.
Yeah.
So they see, in the past, when you talk of impeachment, the judge is almost a person of the governor. So you don't anticipate that the House, the people peddling the impeachment submit the names of that the chief judge will choose. So it's almost, they give the chief judge, these are the names we want you to put as the committee that will probe the governor. So it is a given. Sometimes they sit 1 day, sometimes 2 days. They return a guilty verdict. And the matter is now...
Okay.
Now,
you see...
they are not sure of the chief judge. So they have to also,
Can they remove the chief judge? Of course not.
they have to raise issue against the chief judge.
Can they remove the chief judge?
Not by themselves. They cannot remove. We have this thing. The process to remove the chief judge has to start with the National Judicial Service Commission and end with the House of Assembly. So they cannot start it in the House. Any allegation of corruption or wrongdoing against the chief judge in his judicial capacity must be submitted to the NJC, who will set up a panel to screen and look into
the
the
NJC.
allegations.
That is the federal level, Nigeria Judicial
That's
Council.
the National Judicial Council, yes.
Oh my God, that's the wrong plot.
So they know. And I think recently we mentioned the issue of Benue State, where the governor sent a letter to the House of Assembly, and the House of Assembly passed a resolution removing the chief judge. And the NJC reacted swiftly that the House does not have that right. The power has to start, and recommendations have to start from NJC to the governor. The governor will present it to the House. So you cannot start the process in the House of Assembly. But it is part of the pressure. You know, when you are fighting somebody, you can come from different angles.
Yeah.
They have invited the DSS to investigate the chief judge on allegations of age fortification. So it's part of the pressure to pile pressure on him. If you don't want these issues to be associated with you, play ball. So you can understand it in the context of that. It's a blackmail, sort of, against the chief judge so that they can get their way. And I can bet you if they had the CJ in their pocket, by now we would have been talking of articles of impeachment and committee hearing.
This is not just Wike's handwork. This is President Tinubu's handwork, and that is why they're doing this. But I'll play a video because there is obviously, I don't know if there is a conflict of interest within within Tinubu's cycle. Because Wike, I don't know, did you watch Wike's interview with channels?
I did.
That man is
Wike is always like that. I don't expect anything less from him. Anytime they say he's coming to, I expect a lot of rantings, abuses, rubbish talking, like
that
a
man
drunken
just
like
behaves
a,
like an area boy, honestly.
like a drunken person.
Honestly.
And to say that is a lawyer, even a live bencher.
Honestly, lawyer, fa.
Not just a lawyer, a live bencher. Sometimes it's shameful. Really.
God.
He behaves more like a tout than a lawyer, so to speak.
That man is just uncultured. So
he's consumed.
He's not even hiding it or whatever. He just bent on
impeaching
Fubara right now.